by Hurricane Hugo, and we'll tell you what is being done to improve conditions. We'll have complete details on this. Plus, Todd will have the weekend forecast, and Todd will have all your sports. Join us next on Action News.
Action News is everywhere.
Now, from the Eastern Carolina's live news leader, this is WPDE's Action News 15.
The wrath of Hurricane Hugo is being counted tonight by the number of lives lost, hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, and in thousands of answered prayers. Good evening, I'm Lilli Shaw. We prepared for the worst and we hoped for the best. What the Grand Strand residents got from Hugo was quite a place unlike what they evacuated yesterday. Sue Abrams is live now from the Grand Strand with more. Sue?
Lily, what you are looking at over my shoulder is just a very minute example of all the traffic that's been trying to get back home today after evacuation yesterday. But first, for a look at all the terrible devastation, let's go to Myrtle Beach. Shop owners had this to wake up to. Some had boarded up, others couldn't.
We didn't have any boards. We had tape. We taped it up. They were out of boards by the time we got to them.
Ocean Boulevard is normally packed with tourists. Today, it's a debris-laden strip of asphalt bearing mostly police and city workers. Beaches just yesterday full of sand are today barren. The strong winds are still with us today, taking more of the beach with them, but the 2nd Avenue Pier in Myrtle Beach is gone. Sites Grand Strand residents took for granted are no longer there. National Guardsmen are helping keep looters away while efforts to regain electrical power continue. Through it all, locals remain in awe of what was and what now is. All right, and we now have another report from Eric Chilton. We'll take you down to Garden City, where actually the damages were much worse.
Hugo did extensive damage all along the Grand Strand, but folks in the south end, like here at Garden City, took the brunt of the storm. When Hugo hit the south end last night, it was obvious this was one of the most severe storms the area had ever seen. But looking at devastation this morning, that truth became even more evident. The south end is known for its flooding in low-lying areas, and that fact, coupled with 30-foot tidal surges, spelled disaster for all areas of the Strand.
If we don't get sewer and water squared away to the liking of the Department of Health, then we can't let people back in until that's squared away, and at this point I don't know when that will be.
The sad truth is that when some of these folks return to their homes, all that will be left are scattered memories. In Murrells Inlet, Eric Chilton, WPDE, Action News.
All right, now we have some very important information for all you folks trying to return home right now. You might not want to come back home once you hear this. First of all, there are curfews in effect for some areas. Surfside Beach is one. The mayor, Dick Johnson, says folks have a mandatory 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew there, and they mean business. The National Guard will be enforcing this and other curfews we're going to tell you about. Do not use the water. They're afraid it might be contaminated. Same thing in Myrtle Beach. Now, there is also a curfew in Myrtle Beach. That's an 8 o'clock curfew. You are being allowed back into Myrtle Beach, as again you can see over my shoulder, and that is until 8 o'clock tonight, and you are supposed to be tucked in at that time, of course. And these curfews again will be enforced by the National Guard. We've had lots of problems with looters, and these folks have been very busy all day long. Now, as for the phone situation, I know it's been very annoying all day long. You've been trying to contact your loved ones or vice versa, in town, long distance, etc. Well, the GTE people are telling us a gas generator is now powering the switchboard. So as far as local calls are going, you are going to do a lot better. There might be a little bit of interruption or delay in service, but not much, nothing compared to what we've been seeing. As far as long distance calls, you might still experience some problems. We will keep you posted on all of this. Lily?
Thanks, Sue. Tempers raged earlier today in Myrtle Beach. Hundreds of residents tried to get to their homes to check out the damage. The closest they got was to Wpde Pottery before meeting up with the National Guard. Authorities say they were trying to prevent looting, but that wasn't good enough for many Grand Strand citizens.
They're checking other people's houses, but we can't get in to check ours, which is not fair.
I've been here since about 6:45. I just want to go to my house and see what condition my property's in, clean out my freezer, and leave.
Some residents waited as long as 8 and 9 hours before getting clearance. Many say next time there's bad weather, they won't evacuate. State officials are now allowing some people into the area extending from North Myrtle Beach to Charleston. Merchants, property owners, and others wanting to return to the coast can call the 3 numbers on the screen. Officials say the numbers will be in service 24 hours a day, and road conditions will also be available for anyone needing them. Coastal residents who've lost their homes and businesses will be able to receive federal assistance. President Bush this morning declared South Carolina a disaster area. The declaration makes the state eligible for loans that will provide housing, grants, and low-interest loans to cover insured losses to private properties and businesses. Local governments also receive funding to remove debris and repair roads, bridges, and public buildings. 7 counties have been given funding approval. They include Georgetown, Sumter, and Horry County. Well, still ahead on Action News 15, we'll take a look at conditions around the inland areas, and we'll check on the most current conditions along the Grand Strand. Stay with us.
Full House has their season premiere in Paradise.
Daddy, the plane's a plane.
Then the comedy's Family Size.
I told your mama she can move in with us.
The premiere of Family Matters. And make way for the hottest guys on wheels, the season premiere of Perfect Strangers. Then a sneak preview of the new comedy, Free Spirit. And go backstage with the bad boys of rock and roll, a 2020 exclusive, the Rolling Stones.
Our thanks to the from your Carolina GMC truck dealer.
GMC Trucks, where the fun starts.
Look for us, we'll always be there. TV 15 cares, we'll be there like a trusted friend. When news breaks, time and again. Action News is everywhere. Look for us, we'll be there. Action News is everywhere. Wpde. Look for us when you need to know. We bring it together. Look for us, the best in sports, the latest in weather. Action News is everywhere. Look for us, we'll be there. Action News is everywhere.
Can Mama ruin Vinton's romance? Monday at 4 on TV.